The moment you feel that the horse is more relaxed, you can go a little bit, try to go to a little bigger circle. Yeah, but you maintain the connection with the mouth. Yeah, and I'm pretty soon when this horse starts to relax, the contact I had in the beginning was made by myself. I just found contact with the chain and the lunge line and the mouth of the nose of the horse. Yeah, and if the horse pretty soon starts to relax, then the horse wants to follow my hand, and he will take the lunge line and he will stretch into the contact, and then the contact is made and maintained by the horse, and that's what you like to develop. So now this way you do the same thing. Again, the horse starts, walks away from you. Always be aware that you keep contact. Yeah, a horse can sometimes be fresh, and if a horse walks off like that, and you have the reins loose and he would jump away, you always need to make sure that you have connection and contact with the reins, so that if that would happen, that you can immediately turn the head towards you so that the hindquarters go away from you. Yeah, and not that the horse makes turns his head to the outside and the hindquarters come to you. Yeah. So, see, but now the horse starts to follow your hands. Pick up the top. Oh, man. And if he does something like that, you just let the lunge line slide a little bit through your fingers so that you don't overcorrect him. Yeah, it's all good. And you feel here he cuts in a little bit the circle. So instead of chasing him, you just maybe go a little bit smaller. Yeah, and then you like to point the whip a little bit behind him. If the horse comes in, you can also point the whip a little bit towards the shoulder. Yeah, but you just try to maintain the connection here, and until the horse starts to relax, he will start following your hands, and then pretty soon, hopefully, the circle gets bigger. So when we introduce the girth, we slide the girth over the top, and then we have a little breast collar. So, and then the breast collar we attach first. So we'll just start with the girth. It's also important that, and nice if you have the same people always doing that. So we have pretty much Ashlyn, Tamara, Caitlin helping with putting the surcingle on. So they all kind of know the routine. Yeah, we always attach the breast collar first. So if it would be a problem, then it would just hanging around the neck. Yeah, but it would not make a disaster. The moment we put the saddle on tomorrow, you cannot do that, because if the saddle would hang around the neck, that would not be good. Yeah, so when you introduce the saddle, then you do first the girth. But now we start with that, so and then we just make it very loose. So it could even be looser. Yeah, because just one looser for once. So you can make it really light and loose, and same thing again. Don't chase him off. Let him walk off. Yeah, but a lot of times when you chase him off, then the horse gets afraid for one going, and then he feels all of a sudden the girth. So and then the horse overreacts. So now the girth is hanging loose, fairly loose, and the horse is not gonna overreact. So then you just start trotting. Yeah.
So I just hope that we could all get the same thing here, which is that there's a plan, always a plan. Willie knows exactly what he's looking for and what to do if something shows up. And I think on 3-year-olds or young horses out of the field like this, that's the most important thing, is that you have a plan and you're ready to have your exit strategy or your coaching of the horse when something starts to go awry. It's too late if you're thinking why something happens on a young horse. It's too late. It happens too fast. And many good things there. I can't thank. That was really good, Willie, to just go slowly through those steps. That was excellent. And the highlight things there for me are same language, same feeling from all three of us, is that we're to instill trust. And I also use the phrase that Willie used. Lunging is riding. Lunging is not a free-for-all, fly around the ring and then I'll get on you. It is riding at all times. Anytime we have a presence with a horse, it's training. Even in the stall, even in the wash stall. So it's pretty normal that I'll go for fun for a second. And that is, I see somebody tacking up their horse and they just think that as much sugar as I give this horse is the better my ride is going to be. This horse loves me so much. And I see sugar, 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 grooming it, put the brush away, brush a little bit longer, oh, grab another sugar cube, here you go. I've missed you the last 23 hours, I can't wait to ride you. And this horse is like aggressive for sugar cubes. And the person isn't aware of that really. They're looking at it from another point of view. They think that they're making a friend, or that horse is really enjoying that for trust. It's not at all. The horse is actually like a kid in the candy store and it's getting a high off sugar and it's getting mouthier and mouthier and more looking towards the sugar cubes and anticipating. So then when that person brings the horse out to the ring and it gets a little bit scary, the horse is at the person all the time looking for sugar and aggressive. Any kind of movement like that from a horse is aggression in a subtle way. That problem will show up when you ride it. So boundaries and trust, presence. So I like to call it also body language. Willie always had a plan where his body was that the horse is listening. And the same when we're riding these young horses is that you've got to have that plan. If this horse is going to shy, I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I'm ready. I'm not stiff. I'm not tense as a rider. I'm not tense as a handler. You could see how subtle Willie was. I love when he said never yanking. Totally agree. That scares a horse. And then a horse will behave and listen, but the next time they want to do it, they'll do it more aggressive. So they're to look for us for trust. And we should never have fast motions around a young horse and riding a young horse. Never a panic. Never, you try your hardest not to get stiff in your leg, your seat, your arms when you're riding a young horse. Because as soon as they feel stiffness, that's fear. And they run.